What's up, my fellow gamers out there? Today I brought you a special Nintendo DS game. This is Hotel Dusk Room 215. This is a very good point-and-click adventure game playing in the Nevada desert in a small dusty hotel. And I'm going to start the video again with the question: how do you hold your Nintendo DS when you're playing DS games? I know it sounds just like a stupid question, because how are you supposed to hold it? Like this, isn't it? Well, in the case of Hotel Dusk, no. You're going to hold your DS like this, like a small book, and depending on if you are left or right-handed. Oh, where's the stylus? Oh, here. You're going to control the game like this, and your DS is going to transform into a little, I don't know, like a little book or notebook, and the whole adventure is going to unfold on both screens. It's a fantastic game with a lot of cool technical details, which just makes the game even better. So I don't want to waste any more time with the introduction. Let's jump into the video and see why Hotel Dusk is a good game. Let's start. There are very few games where how you physically hold the console is part of the experience. Hotel Dusk Room 215 is one of them. You turn the Nintendo DS sideways, hold the stylus like a pen, and suddenly it doesn't feel like a game console anymore. It feels like a small notebook or paperback novel. You're actually writing in it. That single design decision already tells you everything about Hotel Dusk. This isn't a game about reflexes, it's about observation and attention. Hotel Dusk was released in 2007 on the Nintendo DS, developed by Sing or Singe, a Japanese studio that specializes in narrative-heavy experimental games. Sing wasn't interested in traditional gameplay loops. They were more into mood, dialogue, and memory. And Hotel Dusk became their breakout title, later followed by its sequel, which was called Last Window. At the time, the DS was mostly known for RPGs, touch minigames, Nintendo exclusives, which is absolutely fine. There are many fantastic games on the DS. But Hotel Dusk went in the opposite direction. No flashy colors, no fast action, just a moody hotel, adult characters, and a story that unfolds at its own pace. It reviewed well, gained a cult following, and over time became one of those you had to be there DS experiences. That kind that only really works on original hardware. And I really mean it. If you emulate this game, you are not going to be able to experience the game as it really meant to be. When you start up Hotel Dusk, the first thing you notice is the art style. Characters look like animated pencil drawings, almost like a sketchbook came to life. They're not overly detailed, but they're expressive. Subtle eye movements, body language, posture. It gives the game a cartoonish yet mature noir vibe, like a graphic novel that never fully inks itself. This works incredibly well with the game's tone. Nothing here feels clean or perfect. Everyone and everything has rough edges. Everyone feels unfinished, just like the drawings itself. I really love this visual presentation, as if the characters would be still colorful images that would not be a strong contrast with the colorful 3D backgrounds. As the characters move and behave, became blushed when you ask a specific question, it gives a strong contrast with the still backgrounds, and make them alive, and somehow creates a connection between you and the in-game characters. I have to mention the music too. This calm, cozy, jazz-like vibe throughout the game really matches the atmosphere. The music changes if an important event happens or a conversation goes into a different mood. Let's do a story review, and don't worry, it will be a spoiler-free one. You play as Sky Hyde, a former police detective turned into a traveling salesman, as there were some, let's say, mistakes has been made at your last case, and now you're a salesman, but this is just a cover-up for a private investigating business. Kyle arrives at Hotel Dusk, looking for someone connected to his past. That's all you really need to know going into the story. The story itself will unfold slowly through conversation with hotel guests, small discoveries, and subtle character interactions. Everyone in the hotel is carrying something: regrets, secrets, and unfinished business. This isn't a murder mystery in the traditional sense. It's more like a character study disguised as a puzzle game. The hotel itself feels like a liminal space, a place where people pass through, but parts of them stay behind. The writing itself is very good, and exploring the hotel and get to know the different people and their story is interesting, and it kept me going throughout the game. The story does not have huge twists and turns and jaw-dropping moments, but somehow it feels real. I hope you know what I mean. Let's talk about the DS itself, because Hotel Dusk absolutely depends on it. Holding the DS sideways is feel real different. It turns the system into a literal book. One screen shows the world or the characters, the other shows your notebook, maps or notes. And here's the magic part. When you open your notebook, the character on the top screen looks down at it too. Just take a look, it's very cool. That small detail does a lot of heavy lifting. It makes you feel like you are the protagonist and sharing the same space, the same thoughts. I really love this small but important detail in the game design. You even have a memo pad where you can write with your own handwriting using the stylus. Another small thing, but it makes the connection between you and the game. Of course you can take notes in your phone regarding your experiences in the game, but that would be much more different. This is exactly why emulation never fully captures the experience. You're not just playing Hotel Dusk, you are holding it. Okay, I know, it sounds cheesy, but it's really a good experience. Moving around the hotel is deceptively smart. On one screen, you see a 3D view of the room or hallway. On the other, an overview map with the current room name, labels showing where each door leads. It's a small thing, but it prevents unnecessary confusion without breaking immersion. These are those small things where you can feel that the developers put a lot of effort into the game design. Another great touch. The farther you move the stylus from the navigation arrow, the faster you walk. No speed button, no menu toggles, just intuitive physical motion with the stylus. This is DS design at its best. Tactile, subtle and respectful to the player. Hotel Dusk is mostly conversations, but not passive ones. And if you're thinking that during the conversations you have to read boring text just on and on and on, you are wrong. The chat with the characters are actually good, because all of the characters are interesting, they are living characters if you know what I mean, not just boring NPCs. During dialogues, you can choose different questions and responses, highlighted topics can be explored in more detail, and a small yellow triangle appears when you can press for something specific in the conversation. You're not just reading, you are steering the conversation. And yes, you can mess up. Say the wrong thing, push too hard, or miss a key detail, and the game can hit you with a game over. But, thankfully, the game lets you restart right before that conversation. So, it encourages experimentation instead of punishment. Another great design choice here. Adventure game fans know the pain of item usage in adventure games. Thankfully, Hotel Dusk avoids the classic nonsense logic. Items are used when it actually makes sense, no combining random objects, no use shaving foam on the front desk plan kind of insanity. If you think something should work, it probably does. That grounded logic reinforces the game's realistic tone and keeps frustration in check. Most of the time. But if you are a seasoned adventure game veteran or not a complete beginner, you will be fine. And even if this will be your first adventure game ever, the good news is that this is a good entry point, and worst case, there are many walkthroughs available online. The puzzles in Hotel Dusk are where the game really flexes its creativity. They're not about complex logic trees or abstract riddles. They're about paying attention and sometimes thinking physically. A great example is the puzzle involving a painting, where you're trying to figure out what's hidden on the back. At first, it feels like a standard investigation puzzle. Rotate pieces, examine fragments, and try to reconstruct what you are missing. But as you cannot really progress, and you are scratching your head what the hell you're supposed to do, eventually you give up and close the DS lid, putting it to sleep mode to take a break from the game. And the magic happens when you open it again, coming back from sleep mode. The puzzle pieces have fallen down onto the bottom screen exactly as if gravity had affected them while the system was asleep. That moment was fantastic. The game isn't just using the DS as a screen anymore, it's using it as a physical object. It's one of those ideas that sounds simple, but you remember it forever. Not because it was hard, but because it was brilliantly intuitive. Other puzzles follow the same philosophy: logical item use, environmental observation, notebook clues you actually need to read, solutions that feel earned, not guessed. And now about the negatives. Hotel Dusk absolutely suffers from the classic adventure game problem. There are no clear objective lists. I mean, if you write down your task, it has, but still progress often depends on meeting very specific conditions. So yes, there are moments where you just wander around the hotel trying to figure out what the hell you're supposed to do next. You're going to knock on every door, talk to everyone again, and wonder what the game really wants from you. It can get frustrating. Sometimes just a tiny bit missing to be able to progress. Maybe you missed a paper under a filing cabinet when you investigated the cabinet itself. Yeah, this happened with me and it held me back for a long time, and the waves of rage quit started to approach me, but I took a break and continued later. But this is very much adventure game stuff. If you played the genre before, you recognize it instantly. The difference is that Hotel Dusk usually makes the effort worth it. And I have to say, if you're really struggling, just grab a walkthrough and find out your next move from there, because this game really worth it to finish. Hotel Dusk is not for everyone, because it's slow, because it's quiet, because it asks for patience. But if you're willing to explore its holes, it offers something rare. A game that feels intimate. The DS becomes a book, the stylus becomes a pen, and the story feels like something you uncover rather than consume. When I stepped into the hotel, I felt straight away that I want to experience the whole adventure, because I somehow knew that it will be worth it. And it did. This isn't just one of the best narrative games on the DS, it's one of the best examples of hardware and storytelling working together perfectly. And unfortunately, we don't get games like this anymore. So, should you play Hotel Dusk on the Nintendo DS? Yes, if you love adventure games, definitely give it a try. I really enjoyed this game, and despite the hotel is very small, I would say like this is not even a hotel, it's a motel, because this literally has one corridor with about 12 rooms, and on the ground floor you can find the restaurant, the bar, the lobby, and some utility rooms. But still, the exploration was fun, and the characters and the conversations and the stories it unfolded slowly. I really enjoyed it. Regarding the difficulty, I would say this is like a average, middle kind of difficulty game. Of course, if you are a hardcore adventure game player and you saw a lot of adventure games, this is going to be a walk in the park for you. Myself, I'm not that hardcore adventure gamer. I don't mind a few point and click games here and there, so I had to turn to a walkthrough a few times, because when I was really stuck and I was like, I had no idea what I had to do, and I was just like, don't want to walk around and just, okay, I have been here, I've been there, I was talking to this person, what I'm supposed to do, and the walkthrough has helped me a few times. So yes, definitely give Hotel Dusk a try, and if you can, do it on the original hardware, because that is the real experience. This game is I think it can be emulated, but it's going to take away a lot of fun which the holding the actual DS is going to give you. Like I mentioned in the review, when I had this puzzle, I had to find out what's on the other side of the painting, and I was really stuck, and I was like, oh, okay, I closed the DS, and when I turned it on, I was like, damn, from the top screen to the bottom screen, the pieces like fell down, and it was like, this is this technical achievement which is really creative, really good, and I was like, wow, well done guys. So yes, and if you played Hotel Dusk before, and if you loved it or hate it, let me know in the comments below. And thank you for watching this video. I hope you find it useful, and I'm going to see you in the next Battle Quest video. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.